Hey everybody, Terry here. Uh, I thought I'd take a little time out to make a video and stick this on YouTube uh, on my channel and see what people have to say about it. Uh, of course, everybody watches TV. They watch the news. They watch CNN or MSNBC or whatever, or wherever you get your news and watch channels and stuff like that. There's one thing about it that I've been watching. Heck, even people watch YouTube. Uh, I've been noticing a lot of stuff has been going on here lately in the Russia investigation. Uh, and I don't care who agrees with me, and I really don't care who don't agree with me. Uh, but it's becoming a total witch hunt for the President of the United States. Everybody is out to get the man. You know, they just done away with the Russia part, and it's become a witch hunt for President Trump. They want to try to get him for obstruction of justice. They want to try to get him for this. You know, I don't see anything coming out of this Russia investigation about Russia. The only thing I see coming out about this investigation is Trump. And they're trying to find this and trying to find that. Now, if they are investigating anything, that's fine and dandy. But to put the president out there saying obstruction of justice and all this, that, and the other thing, he's the president of the United States. And he had good intentions and good reasons to fire James Comey. The man's fired, he's done gone, so be it. Now you have Mueller in there. The man's hiring all these attorneys, and they're all Democrats, and they're all dirty. So I don't see how this is helping the investigation any at all. But all it's doing is making it harder on the president, is all it's doing, because all I believe Mueller is doing is being an obstructionist himself. You know, he's hiring these people, and all they're going to try to do is try to go back into the president's part of it and try to find out if there was any collusion and all this, that, and the other thing, which all the rest of them has already said there was no collusion or anything with President Trump and Russia and his people. Nothing. You know, but the Republicans are doing this to satisfy the Democrats. They hollered for an investigator to do this job because of everything that was going on with Jeff Sessions having to recuse himself, and then what's going on with Rosenstein and all this, that, and the other thing. To me, it's just all BS and a witch hunt, because the President of the United States is doing such a good job with what he's doing with jobs. I mean, everything. The man is so far doing what he said he was going to do. Now, you got some people out there saying, oh, well, what about Syria? What about this? What about that? Well, you can only do so much at one time. I mean, Rome wasn't built overnight, people. You know, with China, yeah, and North Korea, yeah, that's what I'm saying. China and North Korea. China ain't doing anything to North Korea, the way it looks to me. And with what just happened on the news about that young man that North Korea sent home after 17 months of him being there, and after he's home for 6 days, he dies. Now, come on, people. You know, that would piss a lot of people. That right there pissed me off. You know, and there's other Americans over there, so God knows what's going on with them. But let's get back to the Russia thing. That's a waste of taxpayers' money. To me, the whole Russia deal, you know, it'd be all right if they're just investigating what they're supposed to be investigating and stuff like this, but they're making this into a witch hunt. They're, I mean, they're hammering on the president at every turn. You know, when you got Loretta Lynch over here, James Comey saying what she told him to do, you know, let it be a matter. Don't make it an investigation, just say it's a matter. Now, right there, to me, that's obstruction of justice when the Attorney General that was under Obama, to me, I think that would be obstruction right there. You know, to tell the former AG that was under President Trump, oh, just to call it a matter or whatever, or however that was going at the time. But, you know, to me, it's BS. You know, they need to be looking at the Democrats. The Republicans should be saying, hey, you need to go back here and investigate this person. You need to investigate this person. You need to investigate this person. You know, I'm just a person out here. You're trying to live life. And you sit back and you hear how the government is spending our money. You know, and this is part of them spending our taxpayers' money, is on this investigation. They don't care how much they spend of taxpayers' money, and you wonder why the United States is in such debt. They squander the money away. Each and every single one of them. They squander the money away. They don't care because they're lining their pockets. We're paying them, and here they are squandering our money. You know, where do they think money grows on trees? You know, oh, we'll make money. Yeah, okay. The taxpayers is the one flipping this bill, people. This Russia investigation. I think it needs to stop. You know, I think they need people in the states need to start calling their senators and congressmen and saying, hey, this is enough. We've had enough. You know, it's total BS what they're doing to the president. You know, and you may say, oh, all Terry's doing is blowing off steam. Well, it's a good reason to be blowing off steam. They're blowing our money. They're wasting the money that we pay every year for taxes. You know, we pay them to run the government. And if you're unhappy with the way that they're running the government, then people, you need to start opening your mouths to your senators and congressmen. You know, I live here in the state of North Carolina, and I'm tired of what they're doing. You know, Trump, he inherited a lot of this stuff from Obama, you know, and like I said, Rome wasn't built in a day. It takes time to sort this stuff out that's going on. But I'm not a rocket scientist. I ain't very smart, but I do have common sense, you know. And with what happened with that young man over there in North Korea, you know, to me, is nothing but a slap in the face to the United States. We don't need to let this go on and run off like water off a duck's back. Something needs to be done about that, because other countries are going to look at the United States and say, well, if they ain't going to do nothing, then that means we can do something to the United States and get away with it too, and they won't do nothing with us. Trump needs to be like what he did with Syria when he saw them chemicals being used and stuff like that, that chemical agent. He needs to send, I don't care who agrees and who don't agree, but to me, I'd be sending North Korea a message saying, what you're doing is totally wrong. They've already went against, all these rules and regulations about sending missiles up in the air, missile testing and stuff like that. If there's nothing done here within the next little while, North Korea will have a nuclear missile, and it will be pointed towards the United States. And somewhere out there on the coast of California, or somewhere out there, and hell, it might even reach North Carolina for all I know. But I'd be worried about it, people. It's time that the shit hits the fan. I'm sick and tired of hearing all this stuff, and then Russia, they come in and they say what they have to say about a no-fly zone, and they call a no-fly zone and all this, that, and the other BS, and we were trying to keep from doing it, and look who winds up doing it. Russia winds up doing it, calling a no-fly zone. And if you're caught flying over Syria or anything, Russians are going to shoot you down. So what does that tell you about Russia? Let them have at it. Let Russia go over there and fight the hell out of them. I'd say piss on it and send our people home. I don't care. I'd rather save our people and let them have it out. Let Russia have it out with ISIS and Syria and stuff like that. Let them go at it. Let them kill one another until they bring it to our doorstep. The United States needs to stay out of wars and stuff like that. I know they have NATO and all this, that, and the other thing, but it seems like to me things ain't working. And it seems to me that the United States needs to start backing out of things. Not to say that, hey, we're chicken. Since you don't want a no-fly zone and stuff like that, that's more of a hindrance than anything else. To have a no-fly zone, that's what I can't understand. And people were saying about that with Hillary, that she put up a no-fly zone and all this and other thing. Well, look who wound up putting up a no-fly zone. Russia. Crazy world we live in, ain't it? But, some people may say, oh, Terry, you're talking out your ass. Well, if I'm talking out my ass, oh, well, I really don't care. It just ticks me off how the shape the world is in, and people just sit on their dead asses and they don't say or do anything about it. They just let people walk all over them. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to open my mouth to whoever will listen to me, and people need to start opening their mouth. They need to start making videos like this and polluting it on YouTube. People can make those short videos, 10, 15-minute videos, and stick it on YouTube saying how you feel about things and how you feel about your senators and stuff. That's just like with Maxine Waters impeaching the president. There's no sense in it, people. And then you got Kamala Harris, another Californian. What is wrong with the state of California? I will never know. I'm not downgrading them or anything or saying anything about California, but the senators and governors and stuff in California, I mean, some strange people out there that you guys vote for. And sanctuary cities, I mean, come on, people. I live in America. They come to America, that's fine. Let them come to America legally. They come across over that border and they come in here illegally, they're going to do time and their asses is going to get sent back. I'm with the president 100% about that. This is our country, not their country. And anybody comes into the United States any other way, it's illegal. Period. And if they want to come to the United States, let them do it legally. Let them come in here and come in legal way. You know, this is then, not back then, not back in the day when America was getting started and stuff like that. This is now. You know, we don't want the United States overpopulated with people. You know, we, you know, it's land of the free. Yeah, don't get me wrong there. But like I said, you want to come in the United States, you come in here legally. You know, you don't come across the border and say, hey, I'm here. I'm going to get me a false ID. I want to get me a driver's license. I want to do this. I want to do that. And then I'm going to go out and kill somebody, and you're going to slap me on the hand and not do a damn thing about it. No, it ain't going to be that way. The United States has laws. And to me, if you're here illegally, which this does make sense, if you come across that border and you're here illegally, and if you're not here on a work visa or some kind of, or here legally, then your ass gets sent back to where you come from. I don't care if it's Mexico. I don't care where it's from. You come here and you kill somebody, and you're illegal. The first thing you say, oh, I want somebody to court-appointed attorney. In my book, you ain't gonna get no attorney. You're here illegally. Your ass is getting sent back to where you come from, period. We are not going to give you an attorney to represent you. That's one thing I would not allow any illegal alien, immigrant, whatever. You know, they come here illegally, you're not going to get representation of any kind of lawyer. I don't care who you think you are. You know, you come in here illegally, you don't have no damn rights. That's the way I look at it, point blank. You know, you don't have any rights. And people say, oh, about the Constitution. The people, that's for people of the United States. Illegals are not people of the United States. Anybody that comes into the United States illegally is not a U.S. citizen. So they do not fall under the Constitution of Independence. Because the Constitution of Independence was made for the people of the United States. They're from a different country. Let them follow their Constitution or anything. The Constitution was made for the people of the United States, not from different countries. You know, let them follow what they want to follow under their country rules and regulations. The Constitution of Independence was made for U.S. citizens only, period. And if they come into the United States illegally, they do not have any rights under the Constitution because they are not Americans. They're illegals coming from a different country, which should not follow under our Constitution because they are not Americans. Now, if they want to become American, then they can go about it the right way. If they don't want to go about it the right way, send them back to their country where they belong. Now, some people can say, well, Terry, you're being harsh. Yes, I know I'm being harsh because you got to be that way. Or we'd be overrun by every Tom, Dick, and Harry coming from another country wanting to come to the United States illegally. There's a right way to do things and a wrong way to do things. And if they want to go about it the wrong way, well, their asses can go back. You know, it just gets me upset and perturbed. And I'm a person that speaks my mind about what's right and what's wrong. And the Democrats, liberals, whatever, you know, they can kiss my ass. You know, I really don't care. You know, and like I said, people, you can watch this video, like it, share it, do whatever you want to. But I'm just a person speaking out on the way that I am. You know, and I'll probably make more videos like this. And if you like this video, share it, hit that like button, comment, do whatever you want to. You know, it's going to go on YouTube, and if you watch it and you like it, just hit that like button, comment, do whatever you want to. You know, I'm probably opening up a can of worms and letting people know how I feel, but people, that's how I feel about things. You know, Uh, if North Korea, what I do with North Korea, if somebody asks me, what Terry, what would you do with North Korea? This is what I do with North Korea. I would find, this is what I do. I do Little Kim, as I call him. I do him like they did Saddam Hussein. Yeah, I'd execute him. I'd have some of our boys go over there in the dead of night, send out some people to scope out the area, find out where he is, what he does, and then once that happens, I'd send some other people over there and I would execute him. North Korea would be better off with Kim Jong-un outed, you know, because that country, you know, and, China's not doing anything. To me, China ain't doing nothing. And the United States is the ones that's going to have to do something about it. And that's one way to do something about it. Just go over there and pull a bullet between his eyes. Execute his ass. Get somebody else to run North Korea. Then you won't have to worry about. Then you can worry about the nuclear stuff later on when they get somebody else in there. Get somebody else in there that'll run North Korea. That won't be a kook like he is. He's crazy. And I may be crazy for saying it, but he is. He don't listen. And for what they did to this young man, God knows else what they might do. If they don't have any regards to life and they're going to do that to our people, some people say, oh, the dumbass kids shouldn't have been over there. Well, I will agree, maybe he shouldn't have been over there. And maybe he shouldn't have done what he did. But North Korea should not have treated him the way that they treated him. Period. They went too far in that. He went over there, wasn't nothing wrong with him. But when he come home, he dies 6 days later after he's here. After spending 17 months in prison over there. God knows what they did to him, because he sure in the world wasn't talking. When they put him in the hospital, he was in a vegetated state from what my understanding is. They went too far. Look what they did to. I had an uncle that was in Nam, and my uncle told me, he said, Terry, you don't want to know what they did to our men over there in Vietnam. And he wore his scars. He had scars on his back. He had scars on his chest. And he said, yeah. He says, war hero? No. And what they done to this young man disgusts me. And if my uncle was alive today, he'd say the same thing. And I know if I'd ask my uncle, what would you do if they did that to somebody? And I know what my uncle's answer would be. He'd say somebody'd be paying for that young man's death. Which I agree with. Somebody should pay for that young man's death. Because they murdered him. Nobody, I don't care who you are, deserves that kind of treatment. Over a poster? Well, thank God I live in the United States and not in North Korea, huh? Because God knows if they'd have done the same thing to me. Or, at least I know people that comes over here from another country, and they see something like that, at least I know they ain't going to get killed. Because we have we have a little bit more sense in some of these other countries and how they discipline people, and that just goes to show you what kind of country North Korea is. And North Korea would be better off without Kim Jong-un. And I think that's what they need to do. And the way I feel about it, they need to just take, you know, surveillance of him for a little while, and then after that, send some people over there, take care of him like they did Saddam Hussein or whoever that guy was that we assassinated or supposedly killed, or however we walked in there, or Osama bin Laden we walked in on and shot him or whatever. Yeah, do the same thing with bin Laden, you know, Kim Jong-un, I mean. So I'm going to stop before this thing runs into about a half-hour video. I didn't want to run into a half-hour video, but, you know, I was just speaking my mind, people. You know, this world's going to hell in a handbasket. What's going on? People need to wake up and speak their voice, like I said earlier. Make a videotape, put it on YouTube, let people know how you feel. You know, that's why I'm making this video and sticking it on YouTube. And y'all can like it, comment, do whatever you want to, share it. You know, let me know how you feel about this tape. I mean, videotape, whatever you want to call it. You can tell I'm old school. I say videotape. You know what you feel about this video. You know, comment, let me know. So I'll shut up, put this on YouTube, sit back and watch the hating begin, because I know exactly that's going to happen. People are going to say, oh, we disagree with you, Terry, we do this, we do that. I really don't care. You know, people that disagree and stuff like that means to tell me that I'm pissing people off, that need to start opening their eyes. That's exactly what they need to start doing, is open their eyes and start seeing what's going on in this world, instead of being like a horse with blinders and only seeing straight forward. You know, I'll let y'all go. Y'all hit the like button, share button, comment, and subscribe to my channel, people. Y'all have a good one. Talk to y'all later.